Hi, I'm doing this video in response to a challenge that Zoe Archer put out, asking people to pick their top 10 adult coloring books that they would want with them in case they were on a desert island. I thought, I've got to do this video because why not? It's fun. Um, so what I did, I have about 60 books in all, and I just flipped through them and thought, yeah, no, no. And I ended up with exactly 10 books that I would pick out of all of them that I would want with me to, well, pass the time, as it were. If you're all alone on an island, what else you're going to do, right? Give me a book with a bunch of Zen doodles or mandalas, and I'd be, crying to go home because I just, I get bored with it. So my criteria was to pick out the books that spark the most passion in me to want to color. I looked through it and said, yes, I would definitely want to color in this book. Give me some pencils or markers right now. So that was the criteria I used. And to start off with is Steampunk Fashions by Marty Noble. As you can see, I've got a lot of traction out of this book. I love this book. I've done quite a lot in it. And what I like about it is it's busy, but without being boring, because there's so many color possibilities. You've got the figure in the foreground. It's steampunk, it's imaginative. You can do any kind of color scheme you want for both the primary figure and the background. So it's endless possibilities. So that's one book. This is Fantasy Fashions by Mingju Sun. Again, like steampunk, you've got these wild outfits and a background that you can use a variety of different color combinations, as well as the main figure and her clothes. I've done quite a few in this one too. Next is Goddess by Selena Finneck. And of all her books, I have 6 of her books, and this one is my absolute favorite. The illustrations are just beautiful. And I've also done quite a bit in this one. And Finneck's books have a set of 25, and then they repeat, which is good because this is one of my favorites. There's one in here I did of the goddess Diana that I did not like the way it come out. Okay, here she is. I did this a couple years ago. I used crayons, mostly Crayola crayons, and some pencil. Not bad, but you get an opportunity to color it again, which I did. So, which one do you like better? Markers and pencils. Next is Zen Doodle, Magical Fairies by Deborah Muller. This is my most recent book. I saw Orion's girl do a flip flu with flip flu, and I said, "Oh, I've got to have this book. Look at that!" And you've got enough, you know, fun doodly bits in the background to make it really interesting. You know, unlike a lot of other Muller's books, what attracted me to this one was the fact that they are more detailed. And that's one of the most recent ones I colored in it. Beautiful Dresses, Jade Summer. Now, again, like the other ones, you know, you've got the figure in the foreground, and then you've got a nice busy background to be imaginative with the colors. And this book, I've been going through it page by page because I like all the images in it equally. So I thought, well, I'll just color them in order. And the models in the book are fairly simplistic, but once they're colored, you know, you can really bring them to life with the makeup and the hair. And this is one of my favorites. Yeah, let's see if I can zoom in a little closer there. And this was the most recent one I did, I think back in March or April. Game of Thrones, based on the novels by George R.R. Martin. I had to include this one. What I love about this book is not only the fabulous illustrations in here by Yvonne Gilbert and Thomas Love Tomic, but the paper quality is great. You can use multimedia in it, watercolors, markers, pencils, everything works. And I've done the house sigils already. These are all illustrated by Tomic. And this is one of my favorites, House Tully. I like the way that one came out. And this one I did last month. Watercolors and markers. And this one illustrated by Levi Pinfold. Every medium I have just about I threw with this. I love the illustrations and the paper quality. The Red Queen, based on the novels by Victoria Aveyard. I hope I'm saying that right. Again, these are illustrated by Yvonne Gilbert. I love coloring her illustrations. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That's one of my favorites. She's got lightning coming out of her fingers. Look at that. Another book based on the novels by Sarah J. Maas, A Court of Thorns and Roses. Just like the previous Game of Thrones, this one, I love the paper quality. You can do watercolors in it. And if you're, you know, if you're on an island, you're surrounded by water, you're not going to be without water to do watercolors. I did all that in Faber-Castell classic pencils. And I think, yeah, I did one in here. Yeah, this one I did for Grace's Coloring Corner. She has a Facebook group, and her challenge this month is Crayolas, and I did this entire page with Crayola pencils. That was fun. And the second book, or this one, this is actually the first coloring book based on her novels, Throne of Glass. And like the previous book, I love the paper quality and the illustrations, many of which done by Yvonne Gilbert, such as this one, I think this one too. Yeah, she's done a lot in this one. And I've colored a lot in this one. This is a mess. I'm not even going to finish that one. Well, this is my favorite so far. Did that with Prismacolor Scholars. And finally, Elegant Angels by Marty Noble. And this one I got for Christmas. I got some Christmas money, and this was one of the books I got. Like the other books, you know, this one, you have a figure that's the main focus and a nice background in which to be imaginative with the colors and everything. That's what draws me to books, I guess, is something with pictures with a nice background that, you know, you don't have a bunch of open wide spaces or one center figure with a blank paper behind it. You know, you've got a lot of things to color here, and I just love that. And this is a work in progress. When I was going through my books earlier to find one, I said, oh, I haven't colored one in here in a few months, so I said I might as well start one. So that's it. Those are the books I would take with me if I had to leave the other ones behind. That would not be easy, but, you know, at least we could pick 10 and not just one. That would fry my brain thinking about that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and if you subscribe to my channel but you don't make videos, then I would like you to list your top 10 coloring books in the comments. I would love to read that. So anyway, thanks for watching, and take care.